Hello and welcome today. How to heal your gut naturally. I'm Erleen Tilton and I'm excited to share this information with you because I have learned so many things about the gut, especially being a health coach for several decades. And I know that if you take this information to heart, it will change your health. We learned from Hippocrates centuries ago that all disease begins in the gut. He knew that then, we know that now. And as you look around and you look at all the challenges that people are facing day in and day out, and even children, we have come to understand that it really starts in our gut because your health is influenced by your gut. And we need to look at the root causes, which is our gut. So let's first talk about what disrupts your gut microbiome. Processed food, not enough diverse foods, alcohol, tobacco, lack of physical exercise, lack of sleep, too much stress, lack of probiotics in our diet, and too many antibiotics. This is a huge one. So let's talk about this first. What are probiotics and antibiotics anyway? Well, let's look at the word biotic. It's really relating to or resulting from living things, especially in their ecological relations. So let's first look at antibiotics. They are used for treatment and prevention of bacterial infections, even though we see them widely used for viruses and other things. They are not a one-all, fix-all product like many times they are used. And they're overused, overprescribed, and we don't have time to build them back up. And so they can be potentially more harmful than beneficial. I know there's a place for them. We all know that. But with overuse, overprescribed, they can be very harmful to the gut. So probiotics and prebiotics, they are immune boosters because they strengthen and support healthy urinary tract, improve digestion, support healthy bowel function, promote healthy skin, and so many reasons to be able to use them even on a daily basis. So let's talk about leaky gut specifically because this is really a core to so many of people's challenges in today's world. So you can see that we have an epithelial layer in our gut lining that starts out being healthy. But with the intake of unhealthy foods and other substances that enter our body, those start to create perforations in that gut lining. And so unhealthy bacteria and undigested food passes through those perforations into our bloodstream. This creates a negative immune response and it creates all kinds of challenges, especially you can see on the bottom here the nutrient malabsorption, autoimmune conditions, food intolerances, a blood-brain barrier breach, and systematic inflammation, as well as many of the challenges that you see below there. It all starts with what we take into our mouth, into our gut, and what those types of foods do to our gut lining. Many of our medical professionals out there are not really discouraging the intake of unhealthy foods and drinks, but they are key to a healthy gut. They really are. And they make a difference in your gut health as well as your overall health. So let's look at this a little closer and understand that your gut requires 85% positive bacteria, and that leaves another 15% of negative bacteria. Basically, this is how your gut functions. We really need a lot of positive, even though there is negative in there. Okay, that's just the the balance between the negative and positive. When you eat, your gut must decide, is this a friend or foe? And when it is mobbed by a toxic environment, it weakens your defenses. The soldiers in your army are overtaken, and those perforations are formed in that epithelium layer, which creates leaky gut. What they have learned is that leaky gut syndrome is present in every autoimmune condition. So if you look at that long list of autoimmune conditions, every one of them start with leaky gut. And you know that an autoimmune condition is where your body is fighting back. Yes, your bloodstream, your body is fighting back because this is not natural for that bacteria and undigested food to leak into your bloodstream. Your body is fighting back and it really wants to make it right. So, what are some signs of a toxic gut? What can you do about this? Look at some of those signs. And maybe you're experiencing one or two or three or 10 of these. If you are, you can consider the fact that you might have a leaky gut or at least some type of gut toxicity and can do some things to improve. So, what can we do? Number one, eliminate the root causes. And most of the root causes to leaky gut is really chemicals. We get chemicals in our foods, our processed cereal, drinks, processed meats and foods, microwaving. Many of our medications and supplements, they're all synthetic based. A lot of our cleaning products, a lot of our aerosols and sprays, chemicals of all kinds, not only in the foods that we eat, but in all of the products that we pick up on a daily basis. All of these can affect us. And here's why. We have three exposure pathways in what we breathe, our lungs, in our GI tract, what we eat, and what we touch through our skin. So these come into our bodies in these three ways. Our bodies have 7 channels of elimination. So our primary channels are our liver, our colon, and our kidneys. Those are our primary ones. And you can see those are basically in how we eat, okay? So our body works to eliminate the toxins or discards through those primary channels. However, when these become overloaded, our secondary channels have to kick in. So our skin, our lungs, our blood, our lymphatics are secondary channels of elimination. So this tells you if you are having skin rashes or respiratory issues or issues through your blood or your lymphs, then your primary channels are overworked and are not able to function properly in this elimination process. And so your secondary channels are having to kick in. And so it shows up in your skin, in your lungs, through your blood and lymphatics. And we can start again by cleaning up our gut, what we put into our body, and healing our gut lining. So, the second thing we need to do is to avoid all processed foods and genetically modified foods. These are really core to creating gut issues. And we can see even when we look at many of our fresh fruits and vegetables and the mainstream market foods, many of those are genetically modified, Roundup Ready, crossbred, sprayed with all kinds of pesticides and chemicals, and they can be very harmful to our guts. So we really need to think about what we are putting into our bodies. It all matters. It really does. Because our chemicals, food additives, refined foods, genetically modified foods, pharmaceuticals, create the leaky gut and the autoimmune conditions because your soldiers in your army are now working against you instead of for you. And you can see this is a vicious cycle that goes through all parts of our body. And it really does and can affect us negatively. So, number three is to eat foods that work to heal your gut lining. So, these are number one are whole foods. The more leafy greens, the more fresh and raw and whole. Anything in its whole form is so much better, including more raw fruits and vegetables that are organic. This is especially important to be able to eliminate a lot of those chemicals and pesticides that are added on to our fresh fruits and vegetables. This is where organic foods can be a huge benefit. Then our fermented foods. These help to heal your gut lining as well. So I like the quote by Jordan Rubin who says, pay the farmer now or the pharmacy later. So we want to work to heal our gut lining with these types of foods. Also, studies show that connecting with the earth and with the dirt is really good for actually improving our gut lining. So get your hands in the dirt, grow a garden, go barefooted, get your hands in the soil, get out in nature, the fresh open air. The dirt is not your enemy, it is your friend. We want to wash our hands and stay clean to get rid of bacteria and microorganisms, but the dirt is friendly to our own ecosystem. And we don't want to be afraid of that as our enemy. Wholesome foods are the foundation to wellness, energy, and a healthy weight. So we can't just let our taste buds make all the decisions. We have to let our other organs, our brain, our bones, our muscles, have a say in what they need to function. So next time you experience weak knees or weak muscles or joints, let your body tell you what you need to be eating. And that goes back to eating healthy foods. So, number four is to nourish and cleanse. This is super, super important because, again, it all starts with a toxic gut. And we need to turn the table. And the only way we can do that is to nourish and cleanse. So, this Nourish and Cleanse program, I have seen this work so well if people are willing to do it. It is a 30-day gut detox and renew program. And let me just explain what all these items are. The first one on the list is the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack. We need foundational nutrition, our antioxidants, our vitamins and minerals, and our omegas. These are so, so important. And studies have been shown that in the yellow is what we normally are getting at as an average of these types of vitamins and minerals in our foods. And there are so many supplements out there that are super supplements, and they can go off the charts. But we need something that's going to hit that sweet spot right there in that white area. And this is where our lifelong vitality actually does this. It really comes in right at the sweet spot and meets these areas that are requirements for our bodies. So there's so many great, wonderful benefits to getting this set every day. And we need these in balance, and we need these in a whole food form and in a digestible form. And most of the supplements out there are not in balance. They're not in a whole food form, and they're not in a digestible form. So your body doesn't even absorb them or utilize them. It throws them off. But because of this clinically tested set of supplements, we have found amazing results that not only nourish your whole body, but start right there in the gut to heal and nourish. So, our pterozyme is such an important part in the digestive and metabolic process. If you can see right there in the middle, this is like a sewer pipe. Well, did you know that most people's gut lining looks much like that sewer pipe? There's so much debris in there, and our food has a hard time passing through. We get constipated, we get bloated, simply because there is so much debris in our gut lining. So we need enzymes to actually break down all of that matter in our gut lining. And this is where our enzymes come in. Number one, if taken on an empty stomach first thing in the morning, it helps to break down the debris that is in your gut. Plus, it helps to support your protection of enzymes, and it helps with the digestion of your proteins, fats, carbs, your sugars, and your fiber. So important. Then we have our Zentrican complex. This is really, really important as a 5-organ cleanse. It really helps to cleanse, especially your filtering organs. It supports your organs overall and helps in that normal self detoxification process. And these are whole food plant herbal extract components. Then we have our JX Assist. This is a 10-day cleanse, and it's something that we do right in the middle of this 30-day program. And it has 6 different essential oils that you can see on the left with caprylic acid. So this is super, super important to actually purge bacteria and unhealthy microorganisms in your gut itself. And this is much like an antibiotic, but it has those properties that not just get rid of the bad bacteria, but help supply you with strengthening components that will help in healing your gut lining. Then, of course, we always follow up with a probiotic, right? This is PB Restore, and it is one of my favorites ever. It is so, so effective because it's a prebiotic, a probiotic, a postbiotic, and it includes the bacteriophages, which not only helps for a complete healthy gut, but also for overall body support to your whole digestive system. And you can see that these are dual chamber capsules. They're time released and they support your body throughout the entire day, aiding digestive discomfort, micronutrient synthesis, gut barrier integrity, and a healthy metabolism. So, super, super effective for restoring good bacteria and helping to heal your gut. Now, additionally, we want to make sure that we are increasing our water intake and adding essential oils to our water. Now, the rule of thumb for water itself is half to 3/4 of your body weight in ounces of water daily. So, for example, if you weigh 150 pounds, you need the minimum of 75 ounces of water a day, but 3/4 if you really are wanting to flush and cleanse and drop pounds. So, more like, 100 ounces of water a day. That is even beneficial. Now, you can add lemon juice to your water. However, the lemon essential oil comes from the rind, not from the inside juice. It's a different part of the lemon, and it's very, very effective in removing those petrochemicals or those toxins all the way to the cellular level. And it can really help in accelerating the benefits of cleansing, alkalizing, improving your digestion and metabolism. So, very, very important on a daily basis to take several drops of lemon essential oil with your water and increasing your water intake. So, here's this 30-day gut detox and renew. And we have found that the best results happen in 90 days. So, repeating this 3 times. Doing this faithfully for 90 days, it creates a great gut reset. And that is really, really important to understand because I see out there, and I'm sure you've seen it too, a 24-hour detox, cleanse your gut in, 3 days or 7 days. You know what? It takes years to create a toxic gut. It's not gonna happen overnight that you can remove all of this. I'm sorry, it's just not gonna happen. Maybe on a small scale, it can do some benefits. But if we're talking about going all the way to the cellular level, then we need to really consider do a 90-day thorough gut reset. Now, number 5, this is super, super important too. Adding certified pure tested grade essential oils to your daily routine will also help. These are safe for internal use, they absorb quickly, and they go all the way to the cell. They promote healthy circulation, enhance your mood, support your body's natural processes, and they accelerate cleansing and detox. And I teach people to add them to your foods because it's an added benefit. And you can see this if we are trying to get to the root cause and we're also working to heal and detox our gut, then it's highly beneficial to add essential oils to your foods, as well as creating such superb flavors. You won't believe how flavorful these foods are when you add essential oils to them. So, a healthy gut is a healthy you, but your success depends on taking the right steps. So, I encourage you to start here and take this free health assessment. It's very simple, it's online, and you can do this. A huge bonus for taking this is that you get the meal plan for the gut microbiome diet. This is a excellent guide for being able to really help you in making some changes, having the recipes that you know will work to support a healthy gut microbiome and become a part of my YouTube tribe. You can go to the link that you see there. That's www.youtube.com/at Erleen.Tilton. Go there and subscribe so that you can get the new recipes. These are all gut friendly, and I post a variety of these, and they are just wonderful. So please join my YouTube tribe and continue learning and growing from these recipes and put new posts. Why now? Because there's no better time than now. I know you can do it. Just start with that free health assessment. There is no pressure. There's nothing to lose, everything to win. Just see if this is a good fit for you in getting to the root of your health concerns. So I invite you to take that next step and take that free health assessment now. Thank you so much for joining me and for taking the time out of your busy day to be here, to listen, and to learn. And I hope you take these tips to heart, make it a great day, and I hope to help you have a healthy gut soon.